Insights, picks, results. This is Wizard Sports Picks. Beyond the Lines.
Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Lines, presented by Wizard Sports Picks for Sunday, January 25th. Ian Cameron with you, and we are going to talk about both conference championship games in the NFL on Sunday in just a bit. But first, want to remind you, check out wizardsportspicks.com. Daily premium picks, lots going on, NHL, NBA, college basketball, NFL Conference Championship Sunday. And, of course, get on board long-term as well. We now have 3-day, 30-day, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, and 1-year all sports, all access passes available with any of the handicappers on the website. Make sure you enter your email address, too, on the homepage to get free picks sent to your inbox each and every day. It's been a great run on the website since the beginning for me at Wizard Sports Picks. I am the #1 ranked handicapper in both the NFL and NHL. Also profitable NBA season and really been red hot in the NBA this week. So make sure you check it all out at wizardsportspicks.com. All right, let's talk Conference Championship Sunday, NFL football. Now, I will have 2 premium picks on the website for the totals in the 2 games. I will be in action with premium picks for the total in both conference championship games. So I will give you my opinion in this video on the side for the 2 games. We'll begin with New England and Denver. Current line has New England 4-point road favorites, 4.5 in some spots. The total here, 42.5, 43 in this game. From a side perspective, you look at New England. Defense dominant in their wins against Houston and the LA Chargers, blowing up the line of scrimmage, getting pressure on the quarterback. That being said, as impressive as it was, that was at home, and now you got to try to duplicate that on the road against a Denver team that I think from an offensive line and pass protection perspective certainly is a step up from what they saw against the Houston Texans and LA Chargers. Now, we know Jarrett Stidham replacing Bo Nix, kind of an unknown. But there are things that set up, I think, solidly for at least a chance for him to maybe succeed and be more productive and better than people think. He's been in this offense for 2 years under Sean Payton. He's been a Bronco for both seasons under Sean Payton as head coach. He knows the playbook. He knows the terminology. He knows the scheme. And he's going to take the field knowing just exactly what kind of offense they want to execute here against this Patriots defense. A Patriots defense that, don't get me wrong, playing great. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Payton, who's very good as far as a game plan and putting a scheme together on offense, is able to get the most out of Jarrett Stidham in this one particular spot. The one thing that does concern me for New England is now they're going on the road for the first time, and in particular, Drake May, his first road playoff start. Yes, he's looked good in Foxborough, but a bit of a different animal, and Denver can get a pass rush. And we have seen, despite the 2 victories at home against Houston and the Chargers, Drake may be a little reckless with the football. He has turned it over. He has put it on the ground when he's been under pressure, and that is something that you're going to have to watch for in this game. Will New England be able to run the football with Stevenson and Henderson, their running back tandem? Denver's run defense was gashed a little bit last week, but the fact remains might be a little bit tougher here in tough conditions, a tough road environment, which is surely going to be loud here for this New England team. I think when it's all things considered here, this number clearly is influenced by the Bo Nix absence. This would have been around a pick'em, maybe Denver a slight favorite at home if Bo Nix we're starting in this game. But instead, New England is laying 4 here in this game instead. And I think there's value with the Denver Broncos. The one thing about Denver is they do not get blown out very often. You know, they haven't suffered many blowout losses in the Sean Payton era. They're a home underdog here. Denver's got a propensity to play a lot of close games, and I think that Stidham will be coached up well enough this week by Payton that he will take what the defense gives him, make the throws when he has to, rely on the run game, and certainly be able to have enough success to keep Denver in this game. So I will recommend the Denver Broncos plus 4.5 against the New England Patriots for my AFC Championship side recommendation. Let's turn to the NFC Championship. The Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle 2.5-point home favorites, 45.5 the total. I've been back and forth on this game all week. That's why the side for this game is not going to be a premium release for me on the website at Wizard Sports Picks. But I have come to a conclusion and a lean. Now, again, these are opinions. These are leans. These will be maybe small recreational bets, Denver plus the points, and this game. It won't be as big as the bets that I usually release on the website, so be aware of that. But I've gone back and forth. Initially, early in the week, I leaned Seattle. Then I kind of changed to leaning toward the LA Rams. And now with this game approaching kickoff on Sunday, I'm leaning Seattle, and I think Seattle will win this game. And I will recommend Seattle here in this game, but on the money line, which you can find consensus price minus 140 right now with the Seattle Seahawks on the money line in this game. Here's what I think the difference is. Matt Stafford under pressure is a different quarterback. And it was alarming, to me at least, watching a Chicago Bears team last week that is not known for having any sort of pass rush get home and sack Matthew Stafford multiple times. That Rams offensive line had problems with Chicago's defensive front, keeping Stafford clean. What's going to happen now when you're facing this ferocious, phenomenal Seattle defensive front? It concerns me, and it certainly concerns me how much pressure the Rams allowed against the Chicago Bears last week, a team not known for getting pressure on the quarterback. The spot is something we have to discuss, and it's clearly something that goes towards Seattle in this game. The Seahawks are playing their second straight home game. They're fresh. They haven't had to travel going into this game. And for the Rams, they started their playoff run in Carolina a couple weeks ago. And then last week, they got to fly up north to Chicago and play in those cold, frigid elements at Soldier Field. And now you're going back on the road up to the Pacific Northwest here in Seattle for a third straight road game in as many weeks. They've gone from down to Carolina, back up to Chicago, and now all the way up back northwest to Seattle. From how fresh are these two teams standpoint, there's a big edge for Seattle here, you would think, with the Rams playing this third straight road game. When I look at these two teams, I certainly give Seattle the defensive edge. I was going to give the Rams offensive line the edge, but boy, oh boy, I didn't like what I saw against Chicago. Seattle's offensive line, I think they're going to have their left tackle, Charles Cross, available, which would be a huge difference maker. The Seattle offensive line, we've seen them down the stretch, even including against the Rams, be able to open up holes for the run game. Now, missing Charbonnet hurts, but Kenneth Walker's still a great running back and has the potential to do some damage. The Rams haven't been as good against the run in the back stretch of the season as they were early in the season. And the secondary has holes for the Rams. The key is Sam Darnold finding his receivers, not finding players in the other jersey, which has been his issue. He does have 6 interceptions in 2 games this year against the LA Rams. And believe me, I know it. And that's what was the biggest, one of the factors that had me pondering maybe backing the Rams here, was Darnold's propensity to make mistakes, particularly against Sean McVay's defense, which he has done 6 times this year, throwing interceptions. But he played a clean game last week. He didn't do a C.J. Stroud last week against San Francisco. He didn't make mistakes. He knew the defense was all over Brock Purdy and the Niners. Just let the team and let the defense carry the way. Just protect the football. Don't make mistakes. And I think if Sam Darnold is able to duplicate that here, he will put his Seattle Seahawks team in a phenomenal position to win this football game and advance to the Super Bowl. I will go with Seattle here and recommend them, but I will recommend them on the money line. This will be a small bet for me, but believe me when I tell you, this is going to be on the money line. This is not laying the 2.5. I don't want to be in a situation where Seattle wins by 1 or 2. In the playoffs, I am very much more interested in taking the money line with these small favorites laying less than a field goal. So Seattle minus 140 on the money line against the LA Rams will be my side recommendation here for the NFC Championship game. That is a wrap for this edition of Beyond the Lines. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. And as always, check out wizardsportspicks.com and get on board with me or with any of the great handicappers on the website. Again, for me, #1 ranked in the NFL and NHL at Wizard Sports Picks. Profitable NBA season as well. Make sure you check it out at wizardsportspicks.com. Enjoy NFL Conference Championship Sunday, and good luck with all of your wagers. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ian Cameron, and this has been the Sunday, January 25th edition of Beyond the Lines, presented by Wizard Sports Picks.